it's a lovely morning. I don't know if it's going to stay like that. Looks like it's going to cloud over with some thunderstorms tomorrow. Anyway, I've just left the campsite and now on the T40 on my way to Porto Vecchio. On the way out I bumped into Ian. He was from England and he was on a bike. I saw him yesterday as well, and he's been telling me about all his journeys that he's been making throughout Europe and Morocco. So that was quite an interesting exchange. Very friendly chap, and wished me goodbye. He said he's getting a bit old now, so he might want to switch the bike for a camper van like this because it's a bit easier on his back rather than being in a tent all the time. As you can see, it's a fairly easy run to Porto Vecchio. The mountains on either side, but there's plenty of straight sections to this road, which makes particularly morning drive a lot easier than lots of switchbacks. Anyway, continue on to Porto Vecchio. Should be there in probably about 15 minutes.
Along the way, I was slowed down due to a number of classic cars parked waiting to access a gate. It turns out that this was the first day of the Tour de Course Historique 2024, which has 383 entries for racing on closed roads over the 5th to the 12th of October.
And now we're heading to their farmhouse, and as you can see the road is quite interesting, so hopefully the owner can get through all of this lot without too much of a problem and get to the farmhouse, which I think looks like it's just coming up now by the look of it. So here we are for the next few days, and this is the little annex to the main farmhouse, which will be quite nice for me. Here we go. So it has the shutters haven't all been fully opened yet. So here's the bed, which make a big change from sleeping in the van, and then with just a nice ensuite and shower to go with it. So this will be a nice place to stay, very nice place to stay for just a few nights.
Having unpacked, I settled down for a well-earned sundowner, accompanied by a visit from a local wild pig, before enjoying a dinner of locally caught fish and retiring for the night. I woke to a grey, cloudy sky after some rain had come and gone overnight. I decided to explore the local flora as it was too chilly to spend any length of time on the beach. The sea was also very rough.
Well, definitely a storm is a brewing, coming from the south east over there somewhere. Wind's getting up, rain due any minute now.
I awoke to some special sunrises over the next couple of days, which allowed me to spend plenty of enjoyable and relaxing time at a secluded beach adjacent to the farmhouse. It was particularly enjoyable as the sun set, the orange glow illuminating the surrounding rocks. Soon it was time for a final sundowner drink and a good night's sleep before tomorrow's drive. Following a late breakfast and a leisurely morning, it was soon time to repack Adiona and leave for my journey to the ferry at Ajaccio.
I'm now on the way to Ajaccio to pick up the overnight ferry to Toulon. weather's turned out quite nice. It was quite overcast and
200
wet
yards.
in the
Cross the
morning,
roundabout, second exit.
and now it's brightened up quite considerably, and the temperature's sitting around 26 degrees, so it's very nice.
Initially the T40 was a good road. However, after a view of the Mediterranean around Cap de Rocapina and through Ajaccio, the route turned north and inland, where it started to get scenic again. Before too long, the town of Sartare could be seen in the distance, perched on the side of the hills, overlooking the Mediterranean towards the west. On leaving Sartare, I again needed to pull over to allow the faster traffic through, which was generally appreciated by the drivers, and which I needed to do many times along the way. After Propriano, I continued north into the forest-covered mountains, through Potretto, then on to Grosseto Pugna, before things started to ease. Again I arrived early at the gate and was sent away until 5:30. I managed to find parking around the large marina and enjoyed a nice stroll around before returning to departures.
Well, here we are in Ajaccio, already boarded. I arrived a bit early and got sent away till 5:30, and then it was boarding straight onto the boat, no other holding or anything. So I was on the boat by about 17:45, I would have thought. Picked up the cabin, and it's now just past 6 o'clock. So still 2 hours before we set sail, and obviously still an hour and a bit before the restaurant will open. Over there you can see Corsica ferries has recently left, and before that there was a Virgin cruise ship obviously been docked here and had set sail back. So this time the ship is called Mega Andrea compared to the name we had for last time. So it is a different ship, and it feels different inside in terms of you know, the cabin locations and where the restaurants are. Everything's at a very different place. But as you can see, the sun is just starting to set over sort of like the mountains or the hills behind Ajaccio. So I look forward to a pleasant and easy voyage. It has been high winds today, but looking at the sea now, it looks fairly calm, and also the winds have dropped, so it should be okay. So this particular ship has another level, a higher level, and where I am at the moment is called Bar Chiosco, and there you can see the embarking the vehicles coming in for loading onto the ship. Still fairly quiet really. The bigger vans obviously being held up because of the size issue that I mentioned on the trip last time. But anyway, it's got a very nice view from here of most of Ajaccio. As you can see over there, lots of high-rise with the mountains in the background, and through to the bar, I guess, when it will open.
As we were preparing to depart, darkness began to fall over the town, leaving a spectacular sunset. As soon as we were underway, I grabbed some dinner, then retired to my cabin for the night. As before, relevant links and supporting information can be found in the description. Please remember to click the subscribe button to receive notifications when the next upload takes place.